Hey, it's Rachel with Usborne Books and More. We have tons of new titles. I have just a handful to show you today. Let's get started. First of all, with our itty bitties, we've got our stroller books. Great for the car seat, great for in the store as well on the shopping cart. They can latch on to anything. We've got outdoors, animals, and jungle. Moving on, if you're looking for a great gift to give away, even start thinking about ahead to the upcoming holidays that are coming up. We have got our Hushabye owl. There's also a Hushabye bunny as well. You can hear the crinkly sounds. Perfect to chew on inside a sweet cloth book. There is also a cloth book with a rattle handshake. I cannot show it to you because I gave mine away. But look those up as well, all right? Perfect for gifts. Moving right along, we've got the That's Not My series, where inside you are introduced to brand new adjectives throughout. This cute little mouse lets you know why the animal or the object is not his, and then at the end, why ultimately it is his. New titles, look for That's Not My Elf and That's Not My Badger. All right, moving on, for those who are starting to get into grabbing and smaller books, look at these 4 little artist books. We have got Ruby, Mondi, Nina, and Carlos. One is a dancer, one is a painter. Just cute, sweet, very small text to picture ratio. Great for the littles. And letting kiddos realize that they can start thinking about anything they want to be. Sky is the limit. All right, moving on. How to bathe your little dinosaur. This is one actually of 4 in this series. They've got Snappy Croc, brushing your teeth. They have how to tuck in your sleepy lion and how to feed your cheeky monkey. So these are fun for olders to read to littles, or just something fun to read right before bed as well. Moving on and talking about picture books. Obviously, Kane Miller is well known for some of the beautiful picture books they have. If you're familiar with Bob the Unicorn or What If Monster, we have our same author who has just come out with her new one, Cordelia. Beautiful book about imagining and not being limited to what you want to do, even when others might put you down or tell you it's not going to work. The fact that you still strive, you still dream, and ultimately what you can accomplish when you don't let anyone tell you no. All right, moving on. What will Danny do today? A number of great books about questions. We know little ones love to ask questions. This is one of them. And basically it's kind of like a you choose for the littlest audience ever. So as he goes around throughout his day, you're talking about what are things he's going to do for PE. In the very beginning of the book, what he's going to wear, what he's going to eat for breakfast, what he wants to do on the playground, what he will do after school. So lots of choices there, and things that kind of give you limitless options in regards to how the story is going to go. Moving on to more picture books. Anne of Green Gables. We know the large one is for older audiences and obviously something you want to start reading when you're older, but this is a great introduction to that sweet little redhead, freckle-faced girl who loves to get into mischief, is very strong-willed and independent, and the famous Anne Shirley that most of us have fallen in love with. All right, if you were familiar with I'm a Dirty Dinosaur, we've also got I'm a Hungry Dinosaur. The author of this one, the illustrator of this one actually used the cocoa powder for this one. And some other flour, I think, as well in here in the illustrations. So the same rhythm and fun text that you get, but this time we've got Hungry Dinosaur. I am so excited to show you these 2 new titles in our Shine a Light series. I'm sure you're familiar with Apple Tree, Seashore, a number of them. We have now Human Body, amazing. I will show you a couple new pictures. It starts off with the baby in the belly. So cute. And you'll see there's the baby. As you shine the light through, you'll see the baby actually in her belly. And then it goes on to talk about each person and things that there are. Muscles, bones, the joints, lungs. All right, so that's a great new series. Even kidneys, moving on for there. It's a fantastic book. And, not to be outdone, Secrets of Animal Camouflage. They've done this one very well as well. All right, either it's showing camouflage this way, hiding in, or how you can disguise yourself. They also have moths that look like owls, things like that. So the various different types of camouflage that can be used, and fantastic for a Shine-A-Light book. All right, we also love activity books, so let's move on and look at a couple of these new titles. Our new Wipe Clean, we've got a Wipe Clean alphabet, we've got Wipe Clean writing numbers. There's also another new one where you're actually writing words. For those who are starting to get handy and into writing words, you've got those as well. But the same concept here, broken down, quite easy. And for those littlest ones who are wanting to start following older siblings, or for those younger ones who are just kind of getting ready for preschool and other things, there you have it. You can start moving up that way. All right. For those, I know card trips are probably almost over, but you never know. We might talk stocking stuffers or other things that you might need these for. Great, just fun little giveaways or to have on hand. We've got doodling and coloring book. This is a nice small pocket size. You can see what's inside there. Great for the car as well, in waiting rooms, maybe doctor offices, out to dinner, whatever it may be. Travel gamepad, so more things there that they can do as well. Take a look inside. And then for some of the older kiddos who want something more to do apart from just hanging out on an iPad or a tablet or something else in the car or elsewhere, logic puzzles. And of course, adults love these too. They're fun to do together, fun to do on your own. Also, if you've got a little writer, A Year in My Life, this is a fun one too. Every single day has something fun to jot down or write about. It can be done at any time during the day. If you've got one who kind of likes to find some quiet time in their room, that's a perfect one. Another great one that they've just come out with, Start to Cook. Spiral bound, amazing as well. Of course, they've got the categories there. And then they also have some information in there on how to make it paleo, gluten-free, all those different options, because that is the world that we are living in at the moment. So you can take a look here, different ways of eating healthy, different some options or different other options that we have here, anything from desserts to main meals, breads and pastries, how to substitute if you need to do gluten-free, etc. So that's fun for your kiddos to do on their own if they're old enough, or even something fun for you to do with them. Just keep that in mind. All right. We also have a couple new sticker dolly dressing books. Build Your Own Dinosaur. I would show you inside. Well, I will, but my 4-year-old already got to it and completed the entire book. But basically, there are spots missing, and then you take the sticker off and peel them into the spots, kind of like a puzzle, which is really great. Then for my girlies, they absolutely love the new one, the sticker dolly, and this is part of the, there's a collection. They've got the London collection. This is the New York one. So, of course, you have your variety of clothes here, stickers, and then you have your dollies, actually, that you are going to dress and design however you would like. Some of them are white as well. The stickers are, so you can actually color on them with marker. And then this is a new one, press out paper dolls. So we're kind of going back to the way it used to be. And you've got this cute little stand that you set up, okay, as your backdrop. And then you actually have got in here the various clothes that are here, all right? Party clothes, fun clothes, relaxing clothes. And then your dolly that you dress up, and a little bureau or a wardrobe that you actually put together to keep it in. All right, let's move on quickly to a few reference books before we move on to our nonfiction and reading books that we have. Just to keep in mind, a couple of the ones that we do have are new ones. World of Shakespeare reference book. We have classical music as well. These are great because they are linked. Safe places for you to go and look and research. If you are looking for something dictionary-wise or even thesaurus-wise, if you're starting to think about the writing that has to happen in the upper grades, this is a great one, the way it's broken down. And then don't forget, we also have encyclopedias and all sorts of kind of, I don't know, just fun reference books that you can use. It'll save you a trip to the library if you don't feel like dragging the kiddos out, and they're great to just have on hand for any reports that are coming up that you would have to do. So some of the new ones that we've got there. All right, last but not least, I'm going to try to go through these very, very quickly. quickly. Sorry, hang on here just a sec. All right, we've got a new look inside. Computers work. This is amazing. I need this one personally for myself because I'm not very tech savvy, but it does talk about how computers are everywhere, whether it's in tablets, smartphones, computers on your desk, desktop, whatever it may be. They talk about what's inside, all right, what the various things are called, and how they actually work. Moving on, you actually can see how you can start doing coding as well if you've got a kiddo who's into Scratch and they want to start working on that. And I love too how Usborne always goes back to a little bit of history in there as well, keeping it real. What were the first computers? How did they first operate? What did they look like? Okay. Then, this is perfect for my fourth grader, fractions and decimals. We will be talking about this in math this year. No doubt. They talk about what fractions are. They also talk about how to reduce fractions, how to find common denominators, okay? And they go on to talk about decimals as well, and percentages. Huge topics that are presented nicely so they're easier for kiddos to understand. Quickly, if you have got a little one who's starting to get interested in books, or you need a quiet time for a little one to listen, I highly recommend any of these Farmyard Tales. This one is the Train Stories. It comes with a CD so they can listen to it. It's also a dual reader. So you've got about first grade text on top, second grade text on the bottom, and you can actually read it just across the top. The story makes sense. You can read the story in its entirety as well. There's 4 fun little stories in here. There's also a larger version that has, I think, 20 of the stories. That's one to look into. If you're looking here at the Young Beginners, these are our very popular and famous non-fiction books, and they now have come out with some new ones for the young beginners. 2 of the new ones for here are dinosaurs, and there's also bugs, but the baby animals is really great. A nice introduction to what is out there for the little ones to even start looking as you go to the zoo and as they're curious about different animals and their habitats. This is a great starting point, the Young Beginners. And then, of course, we have the Regular Beginners. It covers a variety of topics from castles to volcanoes to under the sea, dangerous animals. There are more than 30 in this category, so take a look at what those are and see if you can find one that's going to help your little one. And at $5, not bad. Hardcover books, and of course the 50% replacement policy if you're ever worried about that. Talk to your consultant. Quickly, last but not least, our chapter books. So of course we've got our Hey Jack and we've got our Billy B. They are best of friends and they kind of make appearances in each other's books, but very simple text for the youngest who are starting out chapter books. Let's talk about a new series that she was 3rd grade, now 4th grade, but is loving them still, the EJ-12. So 12-year-old girl by day, still 12-year-old girl by night, but she goes on missions and she's an undercover girl solving whatever they may be. So great for about 8 years old and up. For those boys who I shouldn't say boys, for the children who are struggling readers, I find for me it tends to be more of the boys in my family, and they prefer to have kind of like the graphic novel more thing, bright illustrations, but still reading, getting them interested in that. Wheelnuts has come out with another title. Another fun one that you might want to look into as well, there is a Scurvy Dog. That's another title to look into. And then there's the Bush Rescue. I think it's Pup Patrol. Those are 2 other new titles. I don't have them in my possession yet, but those are great ones. Moving on up, 8 to 12, we have got the Gateway series. It's kind of like a sci-fi where there's a hotel, and it's not necessarily always humans that come and check into this hotel. So that makes it kind of fun and interesting. 4 in this series. Impossible Quest. My 12-year-old is loving this series right now. This is one of the new ones that has come out. But action-packed as well. Great for bringing in the car or quiet times, whatever. Just a fun read-aloud as well. And last but not least, you know we are very well known for our illustrated series. And the latest one, ghost stories. They're not too scary, obviously, but they are ghost stories, so they do leave you thinking. So if you've got one who gets freaked out a little easily, avoid this one. But if you've got the kiddo who enjoys kind of listening to things like this, or a scary story at night or around the campfire, this is the way to go. Fun stories in there. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask below, and always feel free to talk to the consultant who invited you to this party, and see if you're interested in the business side as well. Thanks so much.